Hey there, chatters. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. It says so on my cup.
Yes.
And Natalie is your true crime addict connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls who obsess about dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
Mm. Here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following Crime Chat contains adult content and descriptions of violent scenarios today, spooky scenarios today. Your listener discretion is advised.
You have been warned. And before we get into today's crime chat, Kat, what have you done?
Just got back from a cruise, a Caribbean cruise.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was gorgeous, great weather. The only rain we had was when we left Fort Lauderdale, and then when we got back from Fort Lauderdale. We were able to avoid rain, and all the other different ports and everything. We went to Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Grand Cayman, and Jamaica.
Nice.
And
I saw all your pictures that you posted. They're
yeah,
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, we got to go scuba diving in Grand Cayman. It was so much fun. Oh, we haven't done it because it's been cold, obviously. Haven't had nice warm water to scuba dive in. I'm not that dedicated
Well,
to go.
but those scuba outfits, like, aren't they supposed to like keep you warm?
So there's wetsuits and there's different like levels of wetsuits, like thickness of it.
Okay. Okay.
But there's also something called a dry suit, which it's when you get in it, it seals you in so you don't get wet at all. And that actually helps. My husband has a dry suit, but it's expensive, but it's like he's not certified to use it yet. He probably could have used it, but he's waiting to get certified in it in order to be able to do it.
Nice.
But we got to see a stingray, moray eel. It was a gorgeous, beautiful, bright green moray eel. It's like 6 foot long. A barracuda. Got to see a nurse shark. Got to see some wild animals in the ocean. So it was great. It was so cool. And then in Jamaica, that is inspiring this week's story. So I know I said last week we were going to double up on another Robert Hansen, right? We were going to talk about this week. We're the FBI Robert Hansen, the spy. But because of my stop in Jamaica and one of the excursions that we went on, I changed it for this week because it was so cool that I had to talk about it. But don't fear, chatters, Nat. We will get to Robert Hansen, the spy, coming soon.
So now, did you find out about this story while you were in Jamaica, or did you know about it before you went?
Well, so we booked the excursion. I didn't know anything about it at all. And my husband knew about it. Like, he was kind of interested in it. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. But when we actually got through and went on the tour of if you're watching on the video, it's the building behind me. It's called Rose Hall in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I was like, I got to do this story. We were sitting there, we were Googling it like afterwards and and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this story.
Yes. Kat is coming from you live from front of the house, and I'm in like a scary hallway in the house.
I know. So a couple things to follow up from the last episode we talked about. There was a movie that I couldn't remember the name of, but it was a series. It was like a vengeance type of movie. Do you remember we kind of talked about that? I couldn't remember it, but it was a 3-movie series called I Spit on Your Grave.
That sounds familiar. I think I may have seen that. It's older, right? It's not new.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's older. So she goes on this vacation, she gets raped, and then as a vengeance starts killing all the people that were gang raping her. And then there's a second movie and then a third movie. So we actually have all 3 of them. And I said something to my husband and I was like, oh, we were recording and I couldn't remember what it was. And he's like, oh, I don't remember what it is either. We literally went over to like our little DVD stack and we're like going through going, oh, there it is. And then did you finish Ozark?
I did.
What did you think about Ruth?
I love Ruth.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally feel bad for what happened to her. But I don't think she's dead.
You don't? I don't know.
I think she was prepared for that, for running. I think she had a jacket on.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the bullet, they really like focused on the bullet hitting a certain spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, she had a jacket on. Like, I know it. Like, I'm just thinking like she had some type of vest underneath there. And I think she's alive.
I mean, I do agree. I think she knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Right. She was trying to get the hell out of Dodge before they came for her. But
it just doesn't make any sense for her. She's been prepared and ahead of the curve this entire time. Like, it just doesn't make any sense why this lady would get the best of her. No, not of Ruth. You don't get the best of Ruth. I don't know. I don't know. Well, before we get into your story, I know you went to Jamaica, and I know you said I wasn't allowed to look at your story today. No. But then I honestly thought it was a person. When you said the title, I'm like, oh, it's a person or a killer. I had no idea.
Well, it kind of is, but I'll explain it.
Okay.
I'll explain what it is.
Okay.
What
All
they
right.
are.
So Jamaica is an island located in the Caribbean Sea. Since gaining their independence from the UK in 1962. The country has grown to a population of 2.8 million. The flag has the green at the top with the black at the bottom with the gold X. And I actually have the meaning behind the flag. It says that the Jamaican national flag means the sun shineth. The land is green. The people are strong and creative. The color green represents hope and Jamaica's abundance of agricultural resources. Gold is associated with the natural beauty of the sunlight and the wealth of the country. That's so nice. That's so pretty. Civil unrest, political corruption, controversy, and poverty. Can't escape it. On the planet is completely devoid of crime and potential danger. These are the top 6 of the most dangerous places in the Caribbean. Are you ready? You may have visited like all of these already.
Possibly. Yeah. We'll see.
Okay. So the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines have been there.
Nope.
God, 3 places. 3 places you gotta go.
Or do I want to?
Yes. Wow. A lot of murder.
That's a lot. I think that's actually I think that's higher than Alaska. We talked about the Alaska last week. Well, but that's a little bit of the lighter side. We're going to talk a little bit of the darker side of Jamaica and some of that history. So are you ready for the story?
Yes.
Okay. It'll be fun because it pretty much fits all of our slogans with dark minds, well, with dark crimes, evil minds, and definitely a bit of the unknown. We're touching on all of them.
Down the hallway.
And down the hallway. You might get a tap on your shoulder. I mean, she's gonna be looking behind her the whole time. So have you ever heard of the White Witch of Rose Hall?
No, but I can see where you're going with this and I love it. Okay.
Yeah. We did a tour of Rose Hall and found out about this horrific story behind it. But is it real? Is it fake? Chatters, listen to the story. Let us know what you think.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe. The Rose Hall is a mansion. If you see it, you can see it behind me. It is a mansion. It's huge. It's gorgeous. It dates back to the 1700s. See the steps?
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah. And from that door that's in the front, it's just, you look out and it's just this, all you see is ocean. It's absolutely stunning. All right. You ready to talk about Annie Palmer?
Yeah.
All right. According to legend, the White Witch, aka Annie Palmer, haunts the grounds of Rose Hall. In fact, it is considered one of the most haunted places in the Western Hemisphere. And even ghost hunters were there and did an investigation on one of their episodes.
Oh, okay.
Part of this legend comes from Annie's own actions. Annie was described as an evil woman who thrived off the pain of others. And within 9 years of being there, she would murder 3 husbands, murder multiple enslaved lovers, and subsequently was murdered herself. But who was Annie Palmer? What happened to her? And why do people think that she still haunts Rose Hall to this day?